she was behind in reading. And I was like, this is not, they didn't tell me before at the end of the school year. So I'm like, what are we gonna do? So after I did training for myself, I was like, I'm gonna send her to LearningRx as well. And she went through the reading program. And when she was done, she was 3 levels ahead of where she should have been for her grade level. So I was listening to a podcast that's actually in Minneapolis about nutrition and health. And there was a guy on there who I guess is the owner of that branch, talking about brain training and how it helps with memory and attention and stuff. And he was talking about for adults. And at that time when 2020 hit and the world shut down, here I was trying to work from home and, raise my kids and teach them. And I was like, I can't focus. I can't even remember things. It felt like my kids would come to talk to me and I would see their lips moving, but I'm like, I have no idea what you're saying. It was chaos. And so I heard him talking about this brain training. They can do it online. And I was like, I'm gonna do this. So I reached out to that office and they said, oh, there's a place in Louisville. I had no idea. I'd never heard of it before. And so that's when they connected me with Molly. And instantly I came in, I got both of my kids evaluated, my husband evaluated, because I'm like, I'm a fixer and I love all the alternative ways to fix things, not just medication. I like to find things that get to the core of the problem and fix it that way. And so I did. I started with myself doing brain training and it was so good. Very stressful would be a great way to put it, but also I want to say debilitating, because I could not make sense of what was happening. I felt like it really changes your confidence, where you're like, what is wrong with me? What's going on? All the different exercises that they teach, it's almost like it re-engaged. It's almost like working out when you go to the gym. You go in and you're like, okay, I just feel bad all over, right? And they're like, let's work on your abs. Instantly you're like, oh yeah, I can tell. That's how it felt with my brain. I was like, oh look, my memory, it's coming back. Oh look, I can now hold 2 different thoughts in my brain and know which one to work on at that moment. So it was like going to the gym for my brain. That's the best way to put it. I would say, as a parent, doing this for yourself and then knowing okay, when you see it show up for your kid, I'm like, oh, this is what you should work on. This is what you need. So it's like you get to help yourself and then spread it out to others. After coming to LearningRx for myself, like I said, it not only got me through that moment where it was pretty tricky, but gave me the skills. But I will tell you, for my daughter, because we came here for reading, was our biggest thing that we wanted to focus on. Homework was challenging. It still kind of is, because she definitely has some attention where she just would rather play and flip around and have a good time. So homework can be challenging, but it's not that struggle, because before it was confusing and it was hard and she didn't know how to do it and I was struggling with it too. And coming here and learning the skills, not just for reading, we've came back a couple times. So now we're here also working on how to develop the study skills as well, how to sit down and focus and be present for that moment, how to break things up into smaller chunks. So it's just when it used to be frustrating with homework, and it still can be, but it's less. I mean, the biggest changes I think are the confidence with it, the ease at home where it's not quite as stressful, and then I'm telling you, when you can fix some of these biggest problems, it changes the way your whole life shows up, in a sense that when you're not yelling about homework, the tone is different at home in general. Everything else is a little simpler and easier. This is off topic a little bit, but I find it so interesting because I have a friend who's a parenting coach, and I've worked with her on just the struggles of raising a child that doesn't enjoy homework, or that wants to fight back. And she was talking about calming your own nervous system. When you can learn to calm your own when battles do happen, if you can calm yourself, they don't feel the need to ignite their nervous system as well, right? So when you go in with this training and all of a sudden I've learned how to calm my nervous system, I've learned how to focus for myself, I understand what she's going through, I'm able to calm my nervous system. So when she does get frustrated, I don't come back for battle, right? And so because I am calmer, because I understand what she's going through and I know how to help her better, she's calmer. And I think that's where the ease comes from, is that I'm not trying to fight or fix or, wish it were different. I'm like, okay, here's what we're up against. Here's where the struggles are. Let's take a moment, catch our breath, and use the skills that we've learned to get this homework done, and then it will be all over, right? So that's where the battle has stopped. It's me trying to fight, wish she was different, not knowing what to do. I know what's going on. I know how to handle it. And if I don't, I bring the homework in here and I'm like, can you please help me?